The Brexit Secretary, David Davis, has sought to reassure employers there will be a swift deal to protect the rights of EU citizens living in Britain now. Exit negotiations are underway. Speaking at a conference of business leaders in London, the government's chief negotiator said a Downing Street meeting on Wednesday night with his European counterparts Michel Barnier and Jean-Claude Juncker would take place in an atmosphere of mutual agreement on the importance of the issue. The government has made it very clear it wants to secure the rights of EU nationals living in Britain at the earliest chance in the negotiations, Davis told the Prosperity UC conference. I am confident we can achieve very early agreement on these issues. Labour has called for earlier, unilateral assurances on the fate of EU citizens post-Brexit, arguing the appearance they were being held hostage to secure reciprocal rights. British citizens in Europe risks poisoning the atmosphere of exit talks. Concern over the uncertainty faced by millions of people across Europe was echoed by business leaders at Wednesday's conference. We have 3,000 employees in the UK who have EU passports, said Jez Staley, chief executive of Barclays. We would love to be able to give certainty to them as soon as possible that they are secure. Intellectual capital is the most important asset that London has. Staley said government immigration policy was now more important than future regulatory certainty. Many city employers, though he also warned, even agreeing an implementation phase would not be enough to stop some banks moving jobs to Europe. You will start to see movement in a reasonably short period of time, he said. It's going to be reasonably hard to get certainty around implementation phase such. People halt. The conference, organized by Leave campaigner and hedge fund manager Paul Marshall, nonetheless struck a relatively upbeat tone about the impact of Brexit on the economy. Even some figures with long-stated concerns about the risks of leaving the single market welcomed recent political developments. One hopes that after the election is over, the government has clarity of mandate and more capacity to negotiate, said Douglas Flint, chairman of HSBC. Davis insisted he was listening to the concerns of business on the issue, though hinted that immigration policy might prioritize skilled visas. No one wants to pull up the drawbridge. A global Britain will always want the brightest and the best, he said. The UK departure from the EU should not be viewed through a protectionist lens. He also acknowledged there was much still be done to reassure EU negotiators, particularly those who fear Britain is attempting to divide other member states in its negotiation strategy. We should be under no illusions about the scale of the task ahead of us, added the Brexit Secretary. Compromises will be necessary on both sides. On both sides, negotiations will be conducted in a spirit of sincere cooperation, he said. We want the EU to be united. We want negotiations to be swift and effective. So unity helps with that.